Hey YouTube, T Holtz here, doing a video here early in the morning. I normally don't turn the lights on this early. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. This is my 55-gallon silver dollar tank, and what we're looking at right here is, I'll point it out, it's hard to see, is my Striped Raphael Catfish. And he is right there. You see his tail behind this piece of wood. That's kind of where his home is. He hangs out behind this piece of wood, and that is all I see of him. You see he's moved his tail around a couple times there. Early in the morning he sits in that spot, and that's where he is. And a couple hours from now you won't see his tail right there. He'll be completely hidden. There's some kind of a hole or crevice in the back of this piece of wood that he lives in, and that's all I see of him. Now I haven't seen him out and about in, I don't know, a couple weeks. So this Striped Raphael is a fish I got at the big box store. They're very common to be sold in the big box store, and I thought it would be a cool fish, and it is a cool fish. But we know what good is a fish if you're never going to see him. And then that's all I see of him right there is his tail, and occasionally he'll wave his tail around, and the silver dollars are in the way, and that's it. Now I put food in for him at night after I shut the lights off about 11 o'clock at night. I do put food in, and the food is gone in the morning, and I often wake up in the middle of the night and I come and look in here, see if I could see him swimming around, and I never do. That's his spot. That's where he goes, and like I said, in a little while you won't even see that his tail sitting there. So, you know, it's a really nice fish. It would be an interesting fish if he would come and swim around a little bit, but if that's all you're going to see of him, really not a fish worth owning if they're never going to come out. Now the rest of this tank, as I said, this is my 55-gallon tank. I have, as you can see, some clown loaches. They're very active, very worth having, of course, clown loaches. These are very small. They're, I don't know, they're maybe an inch and a half. They're almost fry when I got them a few weeks ago, but they're very active. I do try to feed them twice a day, put some food in there where maybe the other fish can't quite get to it, to try to get them to grow a little bit. They're quite small, but they're very active. They're swimming around non-stop all day long. Also have some denison barbs, or roseline sharks, different names that people call them. And you can see they're looking very good. They got that nice red line on their bodies, the red on their dorsal fin, those two spots on their tails. They look very good. I'd like to get a couple more of these if I could, because they're always swimming around, very active, always together. Nice coloration on them for sure. And I just turned the light on, so I normally don't have the light on this early in the morning. You see my 4 silver dollars, they're not really all colored up like they normally would be when they're in their full activity during the day. Sometimes they get really bright red and dark black colors, but they're kind of startled. I just turned the lights on. I also want to show, let's see, we can get him while he's behind the rock. I have two, of course right now he's behind the rock, he's not going to cooperate. I have 2 dojo loaches. There you can see him moving around back there. 2 dojo loaches. There's a good view of him. Let's see if he stops for a second. We'll zoom in. These are very nice fish and very interesting fish to own. The dojo loach, they're active all day. I mean, even when I come in here at 3 o'clock in the morning to see if my Striped Raphael is moving around, these dojo loaches are swimming up and down the glass even at that hour. I don't know when they rest, but they're swimming around even at 3 o'clock in the morning. What they do is they just sift through this sand substrate, and you can see the sand. It shoots out of their gills when they're doing that. Certain unique looking fish, dojo loaches, coolie loaches, unique looking fish. The coolie loach variety is more nocturnal than these dojo loaches are. I had coolie loaches once. Unfortunately, they didn't live very long in a tank that I had them in, but I never saw them either. They would go hide right away, and I would never see them. Whereas these, here's the other one over here. Whereas these dojo loaches are always out and swimming around. Very unique looking fish with their long bodies. Almost look like, now the silver dollars are blocking them, almost look like some kind of a worm, more so than a fish. But they are a loach, they are a fish. They're about, I don't know, 2.5 inches long maybe. They're supposed to get about 5 or 6 inches long. Getting a little washed out by the light, but they have a nice orange color. Let me unzoom here. I do keep a power head right here in this corner. It seems to keeps the water moving and stops all the dirt from sitting on this white sand. Also in this tank is a rubber lip pleco somewhere. Don't see him right now. And my last remaining discus fish. This tank used to be a tank that was all discus. And this one is the last remaining. I gave up on trying to keep discus, as no matter what I did, I just couldn't keep him happy. Had this one about 3.5 years. Take a look back to get a view of the whole tank, and then we'll see if that Striped Raphael's tail is still there visible, or if he didn't just hide himself once he saw the light come on. And let's take a look again, see if he's still out and visible. Yeah, yes he is. You can just make out his tail right there. Every once in a while he'll flick a tail, reposition himself, but that's it. I could sit here all day and that's all I'll see of this Striped Raphael catfish. It's a shame because he's a really cool looking fish if you do get to see him. Alright YouTube, I'm going to shut the lights off back on this tank again. They're not used to having the lights on at 8 o'clock in the morning. Please comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.